Hey guys, welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Bruce and today I have a special video for you. Today we want to see what the best tank commander of all times can achieve. If you're interested in more reviews and gameplay, go to YouTube and search for World of Tanks with Bruce to get all of my videos, or click on the subscribe button. And now let's go. A couple of weeks ago I got MAILAND, the German World of Tanks content creator, as a commander in World of Tanks. First I thought, well, just another commander, but oh boy, how wrong I was. MAILAND has overall situational awareness built in, and after playing a couple of battles I recognized that it's not me playing the tank, but MAILAND, my commander, took over, played the battle on his own and simply shredded all the enemy tanks all by himself. Call it however you want, but he is simply the best tank commander of all times. You don't believe me? Well, just continue to watch. Alright, here we are in the first battle with our STA-1, and as I said, MAILAND is the commander of this tank. And now what I have to mention is, sorry, this tank in this situation is completely stock. Stock gun, stock turret, stock engine, stock tracks, so I think it all depends on the commander. But if you have MAILAND as a commander, then I think you can do wonderful things. So let us see what MAILAND is doing. So obviously we are spawning on the new map, and yeah, you can clearly see that MAILAND is the commander, because you have the huge MAILAND decal on the front of the turret. So let us see where MAILAND goes, and it looks like he is not going to the middle. Actually a very unique start of the game if you ask me. And he is positioning himself behind this building in this bush. Okay, that gives him the chance to get crossfire onto this this tank destroyer hill of the enemy team. Now what you can also do on this map is you can try to rush the little castle, if you will, in the middle where the WoT 46 of our team is positioned. Here we go. Stock gun, stock accuracy. So that's just how it is, but obviously you need to be fast. You have to have a fast tank in order to go there, otherwise you will get shredded by your adversaries. And so as this tank is completely stock, this is no option. So obviously commander MAILAND as a commander knows all this and positions himself accordingly. So yeah, a little defensive gameplay here, but I mean, if you are playing in a stock tank, here you go, nice, here you go, first shot, 229 damage, nice, on the enemy T-34. Okay, maybe he reverses, let me see, on the T-34-3. Okay, looks like the enemy light tank is making an aggressive gameplay. However, from this position I think he should be unable to spot our Scorpion, at least maybe the Emil 1 on the Foxtrot 8 position. Here you go, this is what you want to achieve. Nice aiming here, but also a little bit of luck because the shot went to the right side of the aiming reticle. But so far so good. Minimap wise everything looks about fine. Our heavy tanks are brawling in the north, and MAILAND is still playing more or less cautiously defensively, and I think this is the exactly right thing if you are playing in a stock tank. You should give yourself enough aim time in order to hit the shots, and your tank is not the most mobile one on the battlefield if you are stock, and so rushing to one side is in general not the best thing you can do. Okay, the enemy team advances on the medium flank, but this T-34 3 player is getting punished, and I think sooner or later he will be taken out of the game. Okay, however, looks like our ELC even 90 has fully emptied his clip, and now yeah, he's taken out, so maybe no shot opportunity here for MAILAND. Now he's proxy spotted, so yeah, you can see he instantaneously recognizes this and falls back into cover. But now there's the enemy tank destroyer, the Vipera, advancing, and yeah, okay, nicely aimed, but due to the fact that the tank is stock, and so is, I think the crew is also has just transitioned to this SDA1, and so is most likely not has most likely not reached 100% yet. So yeah, MAILAND is yeah, and as you can see on the minimap, he doesn't even reach 445 meters of view range. So there you can see that not only is the tank completely stock, but also he is unable to use optics as an equipment because the load capacity is not sufficient with the stock tracks to fully equip your tank. So the worst situation for MAILAND in this tank, but once again we'll see what result MAILAND can achieve as being the tank commander and as being maybe one of the best tank commanders that you can get in the game. Okay, so once again, super defensive gameplay here. He's just he's playing with extreme patience, trying to keep all his HP, and looks like the enemy IS is pushing on the heavy flank, but so far nothing has happened. So 3-2-2. Okay, maybe. Oh, that was a luck shot. That was a lucky shot. 258 damage on the Scorpion G. He was lucky because he could hit this pixel while the Scorpion G was reversing back into cover behind the hill. Looks like the SHPTK is making pressure in the middle. We'll see how that goes. Obviously he's taken out by our oooBRUCEooo. Nice. And so yeah, very stationary gameplay here by MAILAND, but I think he is incorporating the fact that he's completely stock into his gameplay and simply trying to punish the enemy team if it is spotted. Now we'll see how MAILAND is able to lobster eye the minimap and to, you know, see how the game is developing. Okay, little blind shot here. Most likely not the worst idea if you ask me, because chances are high that the enemy team is once in a while always going back to the same position. Okay, nice, positioning himself so that he can support the EBR. Nice, and yeah, excellent. So 270 damage on the Scorpion G. The Scorpion G is taking out of the game, and then next shot most likely. Okay, he bounces because he hit the turret of the adversary tank. This shot did not hit, and I think this is in fact a relatively smart positioning, because it is kind of a central position on the map. At least you can get cross shots to the enemy tanks which are playing on the southern portion, at least when they are on top of this tank destroyer hill. And now looks like MAILAND is seeing his chance to advance and to help out the EBR 75. Yeah, nice. And so 1000 damage so far in his stock tank. So far I would say nothing out of the ordinary, but we'll see how it goes. So I think he's right now simply trying to help out the EBR 75 if he is able to spot the enemy tanks, which he is. However, those tanks are behind cover behind this hill. So okay, let's see how it goes. Okay, well, I think, well, nothing too. Okay, what's MAILAND doing? He reverses and he's falling back. Looks like he's discontinuing the support for the EBR 75. Yeah, MAILAND is repositioning himself right now because he took a look at the minimap and he instantaneously saw that the northern flank has collapsed. And now, okay, here you go. He's not instantaneously going towards the northern flank, but instead, here you go. Instead, he's trying to go to the middle with his stock tank because he wants to get a superb position out of which he can support the Astron Rex, looks like. Okay, excellent gameplay by MAILAND here. Okay, he knew that he could, without getting punished, go on top of this hill here, and now he's positioning himself so that he is able to get a crossfire situation. So yeah, excellent gameplay here, excellent positioning. Well, it takes 10 years to fully aim in with the stock tank. However, he manages to get a kill. Looks like this IS. Oh, nice. And now he can farm. Okay, he is shot, so he can once again move out. And yeah, that is what I call, this is what I call overview. Now he peeks out, takes a shot on the Carnarvon. The IS-3 takes some time to recognize it. Meanwhile, MAILAND is able to take a second shot on the IS, and then he even has the other IS, the IS-5 in his, the IS-3 Alpha in his thought process, and he reverses back into cover prior to the IS-3 being fully aimed in. So this is excellent gameplay, and yeah, just like I said, MAILAND is a supreme commander with full of SA during the battle. So he manages to get 1400 damage, 1500 damage approximately, without losing a single HP, and he is in a completely stock tank. Once again, nicely aimed, taking out the next tank. Excellent. So first kill for MAILAND. And let's see what he is doing next. Now obviously he knows that the enemy team now knows where he is positioned. And so let's see what his next game plan is. It looks like he's once again peeking out. Oh, he's not even... Oh, here we go. Okay, so... looks like MAILAND has understood that in such a situation, 4 tanks against 4 tanks, and one of those is an artillery, he has recognized that he needs to now cash in his HP. So yeah, here you go. He is... Okay, the first shot does not penetrate. Very unfortunate, but that's always the thing with the stock tank. And now, okay, he takes out 1 tank. Excellent. So he prioritizes the IS-5 over the IS-3 Alpha, and so that he is now in a 1v1 situation and not in a 1v2 situation. So once again, excellent gameplay, excellent overview. Now looks like the IS-3 has shot, and now he can take out the IS-3 Alpha. So excellent gameplay by MAILAND. He has pushed those 2 heavy tanks. Now he's trying to evade the artillery. Nice job. And he has recognized the situation and has pushed towards those 2 heavy tanks in order to take those 2 tanks out. And now he's in a 2v1 situation alongside with his Scorpion G, which is still chilling at the medium flank. And now let's see how he tries to win the game. I think he will push out the artillery now, simply to get rid of the chance of being taken out by the artillery, which is understandable because he is 1-shot now. He turns his turret towards the position where the guard might be approaching, and looks like he's trying to use the what is it called, the countryside, to his advantage. So okay, here you could see the trace of the artillery. So yeah, that's what he's going to do. He's trying to take out the artillery. He needs to be cautious though, because okay, he even tracks. Okay, look at this gameplay. Okay, he tracks the artillery, he pushes out of cover. The artillery is currently not focusing him, and this is why he tracks the artillery, so that the artillery player does not have the chance to turn around and shoot into his direction. And so he's able to take out the artillery player once again without losing a single HP. I mean, he ramped the artillery and reduced his HP by 5, but that is not a problem. And now let's see how it goes. He is 1-shot. He's down to being 1-shot. The guard is as well. Now he's changing to premium ammunition. And now let's see how it goes. Okay, he's now going into the cap circle. Excuse me. Going into this bush and telling the Scorpion G to advance. Okay, now, okay. Unfortunately, the Scorpion G is taken out of the game, and now he's making pressure. And I think his gameplay is as follows. He knows that if the guard now chooses to go to the other side of the map to kill the artillery, or to go to the cap circle by himself, then he is on the winning side because he has a time advantage. So that's what he knows, and now he is positioning himself in this bush to get the first spotting advantage, so that he's able to spot the guard first. so that he's able to get the first shot on the guard, and I think this is his gameplay, so we'll see how it goes. I think it is the right decision. I mean, after all, he's a stock tank, plus he is down to being one-shottable, and so let's see how it goes. 4 kills in his completely stock tank. And I think excellent gameplay by MAILAND, and now he's able to kill the guard, and so he wins the game. So yeah, this is what MAILAND as a tank commander can achieve in a completely stock tank. STA1 being completely stock, not even being fully equipped with equipment, but 5 kills, 2,400 or even 2,500 damage. And yeah, so if you have MAILAND as your tank commander, then this is what you can achieve. And let's now get another example of MAILAND doing great things as a commander in World of Tanks. Alright, second game, and yeah, of course, if MAILAND is able to move an STA1, then he can certainly also pick the STA2, the tier 8 Japanese premium tank. And as you can see, once again, it is MAILAND, clearly visible in his tank, because he has the huge MAILAND decal on the front side of his turret. And in addition to this, also the little decal on the sides of his turret. So yeah, you can clearly see that MAILAND is the commander of this tank. So let's see what he can achieve playing the tier 8 Japanese premium tank. Now he's in a top tier situation, so that's good for him. And I think the STA2 is not the worst tank, to be quite honest. It got buffed a couple of months or now years ago. It has decent mobility, decent gun handling, 240 alpha damage, decent view range, but on the other side, no armor whatsoever. So as a commander, you need to be smart and you need to conduct smart gameplay, but I mean, you know, it's MAILAND commanding this tank, so I think he's one of the smartest commanders of all times, and so let's see what he can achieve. Now he lost some HP, because he got hit by the artillery, and now he's kind of reversing. So I mean, the first smart thing he's doing, he's playing in the middle of the map, and I think this is the exactly right positioning of himself. So he's reversing, indicating that he has fully reversed. So the enemy team, or the enemy tank I should say, has turned his turret towards another team player, and so this gives MAILAND the chance of getting his first damage. And yeah, now he's baiting basically, I think, the tank to push over the hill so that this tank gets shot. And now here you go. So this is smart gameplay. So he knows that once the C-52 Liz has shot, he has a couple of seconds, so maybe about 8 seconds or so, to get his next shot. And so he uses this time to get another shot, in this case on the T-20, and now he reverses, not giving the CS-52 Liz another chance of getting a shot onto him. And yeah, MAILAND obviously also knows that from the middle he's also able to support the right medium flank, because there's some holes in those in this rock formation, and so this is where you can support your teammates. Nice. So actually it was not I thought he had killed this medium tank, but looks like he didn't. Okay, there's some trees falling, so MAILAND instantaneously recognizes that there's a tank, most likely the light tank, approaching, but he simply focuses on getting another shot, which is in which he is unable, or unsuccessful I should say. And yeah, so I think what you can clearly see is MAILAND is very patient, very cautiously at the get-go, and I think this is a key to success in World of Tanks. So you should never be over aggressively at the beginning of the game, but instead keep your HP together and just try to get a shot here and there and see how the game develops. I think this is basically the baseline of a successful game. And now let's see what MAILAND is doing. Okay, he relocates, looks like. Yeah, he's Hey, he even gets spotting damage while relocating. Okay, here you go. Okay, now MAILAND has, okay, take a look at the minimap and see what MAILAND has recognized. He has recognized that his team has lost the heavy flank on the 1 and 2 lane, and so if you want to still be able to control the heavy lane, you have to go on top of the hill. And so this is what MAILAND is doing. He's reversing his turret so that if the enemy takes a shot onto him, then chances are that those tanks might bounce on his gun mantlet. He even gets spotting damage, and so basically while relocating on top of the hill, he has now the same amount of assisting damage than he has dealt damage by on him, like, how's the correct expression, by himself. He always goes for a track shot, looks like, or at least for the engine. Here you go. So looks like MAILAND is always aiming either at the tracks to get the enemy tank tracked, or at the engine deck in order to light up the enemy tank. And so yeah, he could make 1900 damage, 1000 assisting damage, and he could stop this what was it, the T-32 to make pressure towards the own base. So once again, excellent overview of MAILAND, and now looks like he's trying to use his gun depression to get a shot on the enemy tier 7 Italian tank destroyer. Don't fall down there, MAILAND. Yeah, but he's aware of that one. Nice. And now, okay, here you go. So he tries to once again open up a crossfire situation, because this, here you go. Yeah, okay. So MAILAND has recognized that the T-20 has also relocated himself, and now he's trying to get a shot on this tank. Nice. And so looks like he wants to take out the T-20. Okay, the T-20 is already taken out by his teammates. Once again, a very close match. And so let's see what he is doing. So, okay, I think the biggest problem is right now still the SMV CC67. Oh no, in this regard, he is one shot. I think he will be taken out by his teammates. Let's see how it goes. So, okay, MAILAND decides to go to the heavy lane and help his team in winning this side of the map. Because it looks like his team is unable to take this tank out. Excellent. Okay, now the SMVC has turned his turret towards the Super Hellcat, and this gives MAILAND the chance of taking him out. Easy damage here, 2300 damage, 1100 assisting damage. So right now an excellent result. And I think if you want, or if somebody is able to turn around a game which is close, then I think it's MAILAND. And so we'll see what he's able to achieve in this game. So looks like he's now trying to defend his base because the enemy light tank is making pressure. Now he's telling his teammates to fall back, because after all, if you've won the heavy flank in the north on this map, what you do not want to do is you do not want to push aggressively into the enemy base, because remember what the T-32 was doing of the adversary team, of the enemy team. He also went into or towards our own base, and he got punished by MAILAND. And so maybe the same is about to happen to the Super Hellcat. We'll see how it goes. But MAILAND is setting up a defensive position right here. Keep in mind there are no bushes, so yeah, MAILAND is knocking down some trees in order to give himself a first spotting advantage. Now obviously, if the enemy team player is, or the enemy player is knows what he is doing, then he knows that MAILAND is right there in this position. Now he's blind firing this bush. Looks like the enemy team was not, the enemy tank was not in this position. So yeah, excellent gameplay here. He has knocked down the trees, so he is behind cover, or behind camouflage, if you will. And so if he doesn't spot the enemy tank, then that means that there's only two possibilities. The first one is the enemy tank has fallen back. The second one is that he is behind a bush by himself. And so MAILAND is blind firing this bush, But looks like the tank was behind the little rock here, but now he is now he's not, and now MAILAND is nice, taking out the enemy tank destroyer, the Su-100M1, and looks like the enemy light tank, yes, here you go, he is spotted by the Super Hellcat, so he has fallen back, and now MAILAND has to hurry up in my opinion, because he has to quickly relocate in order to help out the Super Hellcat, because if the Super Hellcat can stay alive, then that is good for MAILAND, because he can position himself in a excuse me, in a 2v2 or in 2v1 situation. So let's see how it goes. So yep, looks like the MT-25 is pushing the Super Hellcat, which is an excellent gameplay if you ask me, because you want to take out a tank in this situation so that you have a 2 or in this case 3v1 situation. Now the drawback of the enemy tanks is, however, they are both one shot and MAILAND is not. He has still 700 more than 900 HP remaining. Oh, here you go, excellent shot. Now he's able to take out the enemy E-25, the tier 7 German premium tank destroyer, and now he puts himself in basically a 1v1 situation, and he knows that he has still 970 HP to trade, and so he's playing very aggressively and moves towards the last known position of the MT-25. So let's see if he can take him out. He's spotted, okay. So I think in this situation MAILAND should keep moving, not to expose himself to enemy artillery fire. So that's exactly what he's doing. He's trying to basically search the MT-25. Now he's spotted again. Okay, looks like the MT-25 is somewhere in the base maybe. Oh no, okay, he gets shot from the middle, so looks like the artillery has spotted him. Maybe it's a little seal clubbing artillery with an excellent view range and excellent camo value. And now, okay, the MT-25 now does a huge mistake, because he's not falling back, but instead pushing towards MAILAND, which is obviously bad. And now he's okay, MAILAND bounces. Wonderful finish. MAILAND bounces. Let's see, and with the next shot he's able to take out the enemy light tank. And now, yeah, the artillery gets a shot. This is good on the other hand, because MAILAND now knows where the artillery is positioned, at least right now. Obviously the enemy artillery is trying to leave this position right now, so MAILAND needs to hurry up. Once again, 5 kills in his SCA2. It looks like MAILAND, the superb commander, the best commander of all times, is once again able to win a game on his own. So he's now trying to hunt down the artillery, and I mean the other option is obviously to go into the base to simply cap, but I think I have the impression that this is not the victory MAILAND desires as being the best commander of all time. So let's see how it goes. He's trying to go to the position from where the M44 last shot, and let's see how it goes. As you can see, the STA2 is not the fastest tank on soft terrain, most likely due to bad terrain resistance values. Okay, he's trying to get a spot here, and I think now he needs to hurry up, because after all it takes, I think, more than a minute to cap. Yeah, looks like he has now decided to fall back into the cap to make sure that he does not get a draw out of this wonderful game. And now, okay, now he's lucky. He spots the artillery trying to get a shot. Very unfortunate, super unfortunate. But now he tries to get another shot. Okay, and now the enemy artillery is down to being one-shottable, but the enemy artillery can hide. So, oh, MAILAND, this is an interesting finish. So he has lost some time now, only 2 minutes remaining, and the enemy, the M44, is not a slow artillery, not at all. So MAILAND has to hurry up in order to catch the enemy artillery. So let's see how it goes. 2600 damage with the SDA2 is a decent result. Once again, he can spot the artillery. He tries to fully aim in, and oh, Whew. Now he needs to hurry up, but he can cut off the way of the M44. The drawback of the M44 is he has to go the long way around in order to not get spotted. Now he is spotted and MAILAND can simply cut off his way, and so we'll see how it goes. He still has 1 minute and now 15 seconds remaining, and he only needs one shot in order to kill the enemy artillery. Looks like we get a nice finish here. What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? MAILAND, the best commander of all time, even kills the enemy artillery while driving towards this last known position. Yeah, MAILAND, once again, wonderful result. 6 kills, 2,700 damage, 1,100 assisting damage. Ladies and gentlemen, the best commander in World of Tanks at all times is MAILAND. 2 games and 2 superb results of MAILAND. Once the first one playing in the STA1 being completely stock, and then the second one playing in the Tier A Japanese premium tank, the STA2. MAILAND, the best commander of all times. Alright guys, that was it for today with a little fun video about MAILAND, the best tank commander of all times. First of all, let me quickly show you the winner of the latest tank tombola on my channel. Second of all, MAILAND, if you're watching this video, please do not feel offended. In fact, I really cheer with you as being a great content creator, and for me you are one of the best players in World of Tanks, but you're also one of the most positive characters in the World of Tanks community, so thanks a lot. And last but not least, dear audience, please feel free to let me know whether you enjoyed watching this video. How did you like those 2 games? Just leave a comment in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. Consider subscribing to my channel, and I see you next time in another World of Tanks video.